Mr. Speaker. As a member of this legislature of rural Alberta, I see firsthand the way rural crime is impacting my constituents. So I was pleased to see this government taking action to combat rural crime by investing $10 million in new resources. I am particularly concerned about how vulnerable rural Albertans are to property crimes. To the Minister of Justice, how will this new funding impact Albertans who are concerned that their property may be damaged or stolen?
Honourable Minister of Justice and Solicitor General.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and to the member for the important question. We've heard from rural Albertans from all over the province about their concerns around this issue, and Mr. Speaker, in particular, I'd like to thank the member for bringing it to my attention repeatedly. This funding will be sure to put boots on the ground as we move forward. We're ensuring that we're using GPS technology better to ensure that we're tracking both vehicles and farm equipment, Mr. Speaker, which I think will increase our rates very much. And we're increasing coordination between peace officers and police officers, Mr. Speaker, which will allow us to leverage all those eyes and ears.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Far too often our officers and RCMP get stuck doing paperwork when they should be out protecting our communities. What are you doing to ensure officers spend less time at a desk and more time out and protecting our communities?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and to the member for the question. That's one of the main components of our plan moving forward. We had the opportunity to speak to the RCMP about this in detail because, after all, they are the experts on this file, Mr. Speaker. And they told us that one of the things that would help them out the most is to ensure that their officers are able to get out into communities and not be pulled back into the detachment to do paperwork. So we're hiring some civilian staff to take some of that burden off of those RCMP officers, Mr. Speaker. And I think this will help visibility greatly, which is something we've been hearing about from Albertans all over the province.
Second supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. One of the most important parts of addressing rural crime is ensuring that offenders are brought before a judge. What are you doing in this strategy to ensure criminal prosecutions happen in a timely way?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. We're very proud to say that part of our plan to address rural crime includes hiring more prosecutors to work in those rural areas. Mr. Speaker, they've had higher caseloads than prosecutors in other areas, and so we're working with those prosecutors to ensure that we're able to get them the resources they need. Mr. Speaker, there's no point in catching criminals if we can't also prosecute them and ensure that they're brought to justice.
Honourable Member for Airdrie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.